Every single day for the last 8 years, I've played Pokemon Go. I've caught Pokemon all around the world, created many awesome moments, wholesome moments, sad moments, funny moments, you name it. And today, for the first time ever, we take a look at my entire Pokemon Go collection. Here we go. These are my top dogs. We got about 5,500 Pokemon on me. And you know, we got some absolutely elite top tier stuff right here. It does not get much better than this. I'm very, very proud of like my top 25, 35 Pokemon right here. I call these my top dogs because these guys are top dogs and they're pretty incredible. But of course, let's get into what everyone wants to see first, the Shundo. So here is my first ever Shundo. It's a 100% IV shiny Genesect. This is arguably my most infamous clip. We got a shiny Shundo Genesect on stream. It was an epic moment that I'll never forget. I 50 maxed it. I best buddied it. I double moved it. This guy is incredible. I'm so proud of this catch, and it's definitely the #1 Pokemon people ask to see. And our next Shundo is amazing too. It is the shiny Lucky Hundo Kyogre, and this is also so important to me. This was such a beautiful moment. Again, obviously one of my most infamous clips of all time. I was so starstruck. I threw my hat in the air. I was speechless. This guy also 50 max, double moved, best buddied, mega maxed. It's got it all. And I just Primal Evolved it because I wanted to show you guys how cool it truly is. Check this thing out, man. I am so happy that I have this. One of my favorite Pokemon ever. Love to see it. And then my next Shundo was from a regular special trade. It's a 100% IV shiny Rhyperior. Super useful. 50 max. Best buddied. Had to get it done. Again, this was a regular special trade. I wasn't even recording. It wasn't supposed to be anything special, but gosh darn it, it was. Shiny Lucky Hundo Rhyperior is an epic looking shiny. It's double moved. It's best buddied. It's 50 maxed. Yeah. Now for my next Shundo, this is also an incredible raid moment. It is the shiny Lucky Hundo Articuno, but this guy is particularly super special. So here it is, of course, level 50, best buddy, double moved, 50 max. It's got everything. It is the best possible version of it. But what makes this encounter so epic, if you guys remember, I actually did an Articuno raid and I got a Hundo and then I caught the Hundo and that was awesome. Literally the next raid, back-to-back raids, I have this on video. I ran into another Hundo Articuno and it was this, the shiny Hundo. So I had 2 Hundos in 2 raids and the second one was a Shundo. Absolutely unforgettable moment right there. And this guy has a crazy story attached to him and I'm super proud, of course. And those are my Shundos. 4 Shundos in the collection. We got the epic shiny Genesect, Shundo, Genesect, Kyogre, shiny Lucky, the Rhyperior, the random Rhyperior as I call it, and then the crazy Shundo Articuno. 4 Shundos for you, boy. Let me know in the comments how many you guys have. There's not really anything better than a Shundo, of course, but our next category of Pokemon are equally as rare in their own right. I'm calling this my top tier Pokemon, and the first thing I want to show off is the first Pokemon I've ever caught in Pokemon Go almost 8 years ago. This is probably older than some of you guys that are watching this video, which is insane, but this is a Charizard. It was a Charmander, of course. This is the first Pokemon caught on my account on day 1 of Pokemon Go's existence, and man, I can't believe I still have it. I knew it was going to be special. I don't know why I haven't 50 maxed it. I think I want to keep it at whatever CP and whatever stats that it was at. I should probably best buddy this by now though, right? I feel like it definitely deserves it, but man, oh man. First Pokemon ever in my collection, July 7th, 2016. Let me know if you guys still have your first Pokemon ever. This guy survived all of the accidental transfers, all of the storage cleanups. This guy is here to stay. And speaking of old Pokemon, might as well show off all of my Pokemon that I still have from 2016. From 8 years ago, I still have 20 Pokemon. We have my first ever Charizard. I have my first ever Pikachu caught, which is awesome. My first ever Squirtle caught, which is awesome. I don't have a Bulbasaur, unfortunately. I think I transferred it, but I have an OG Snorlax, an OG Dragonite, which by the way, I believe is a pretty good IV one right there. I have my first ever out-of-state Pokemon. I got this in Chicago. I got a Gyarados OG. I think this is the really good Dragonite. Yeah, 96 Dragonite from 2016, an OG Venusaur, an OG Zard, an OG Victory Bell. I have an Oregonian, or or I don't know, whatever. Psyduck from Oregon, Butterfree, couple Gengars, and then topping it off with this Dragonair right here. But still 20 Pokemon untraded from 2016. This is vintage Pokemon Go collection history. And speaking of vintage, how about a vintage Jtgily'S moment? My first ever wild unknown in 2017. Legitimate wild unknown at absolute random. I was just playing Pokemon Go as I usually was at a park. I seen it on my nearby. I sprinted to go and get this. This was an absolutely breathtaking moment. I will never forget that feeling. I will never forget that day. This is still, to this day, the hardest Pokemon to find in the wild, other than like a legendary, of course. Wild unknowns, are they even a thing anymore? I don't even know. This is before any unknown event there ever was. This is when unknown was the legendary Pokemon in this game. I think I was, if I'm not mistaken, the first ever person to like upload a wild unknown encounter on YouTube. So this was a big moment for me as a young YouTuber and as a Pokemon Go trainer. Absolutely incredible moment. I don't know how I still have this. I don't know how I didn't actually transfer this already, but this guy means a lot. This guy means a lot. And speaking of rare Pokemon, check this out. This is a Lucky Tyranitar, and you can see by the name, it's called No IV Floor. Do you know why that is? This is because this is under the Lucky IV Floor that we now know nowadays. So when you get a Lucky Pokemon, the minimum IVs are going to be 12, 12, 12. Nothing under it, ever, not possible. Except for way back when the Lucky Pokemon first dropped, you could get under the IV Floor, which they ended up fixing, and now it's never going to be a thing again. But I realized a few years ago that I still had one of those early Lucky Pokemon. This was traded to me in 2018, I believe on the first couple days of Lucky Pokemon being a thing, and it is, as you can see, under the 12, 12, 12 IV Floor. Very cool stuff right there. There are rarer versions. I believe you could go even lower than this, but this is just the only one I had, and this is technically a piece of Lucky Pokemon history that I'm going to keep with me forever. And speaking of history, how about my first shiny Pokemon ever? This was day one of shiny Pokemon being a thing in Pokemon Go. It was a new concept to many of us, but it was something I had to get. I got in the car with Mystic 7, we headed to San Francisco, and I caught a shiny Magikarp for the first time ever on the way to the park. It was the first shiny I've ever seen in my life. I played all the Pokemon main series games back in the day. Never got a shiny as a kid, ever. But then I got one on Pokemon Go's first day of shiny madness, and I still own it to this day. Here it is. It is now a Gyarados, which I actually used to call it Red Gyarados. I don't know why the name changed. Red Gyarados. There we go. Just like the OG Gyarados from back in the day, but this is the first ever shiny I own ever in 2017, March 23rd. Go check the date. This is a historic artifact, bro. First shiny ever in Pokemon Go. I got it. I got it, bro. Again, I can't believe this guy survived all the trades and transfers, but I managed to keep it, and I'm so proud to still own this today, man. First ever shiny, and obviously many more, which we'll see today. Also, for what it's worth, I'm not going to get into all my shinies right now, but we also have my first ever Community Day shiny, which is a level 1 shiny Pikachu from the first ever Community Day. So I feel like this guy is also super rare. Now, let's get to what is arguably the rarest Pokemon in my entire account. Rarer than everything you've seen so far. It is this, a glitched shiny Pikachu. So, the story behind this, I caught this at the Hoenn tour last year in Las Vegas. This is a shiny Pikachu, but it is no regular shiny Pikachu. I mean, the IVs on it are kind of whatever, right? Yeah. What's special about this is that this Pokemon was never meant to be. This is a male Pikachu with the female costume. So, the female Pikachus were supposed to be all female, and the male costume Pikachus were supposed to be all male. This one was a bugged one where it was actually a male with the female costume, and I got a shiny version of it, which I didn't even catch in the moment. I later realized it when I read the comments, but I have a glitched shiny. There's not been a lot of glitched shinies in Pokemon Go's history, but I have one of them, and I feel like that's so cool. A lot of people say that this is my rarest shiny ever. I guess I would have to agree, you know, facts are facts, but this is such a cool random thing that I have, and again, might be the rarest thing I own ever. So I'm glad I still have this. I can't believe we caught this. Shout out to you guys for checking it out and letting me know, but a glitched shiny. If you guys have a glitched shiny, let me know in the comments. I feel like 99% of people don't, but that is pretty amazing. And lastly, here's a Pokemon I guarantee 99.999% of people do not have. It's the first ever legendary in Pokemon Go, Lugia. So this in particular is not no regular Lugia. This is a Lugia that is classified as a costume Pokemon. As you can see, if you type in Lugia in costume, this Pokemon comes up because this was a prize. This was given to trainers who attended Pokemon Go Fest Chicago, which I don't remember how many people went there and how many people are still playing the game, but if you take that number and compare it to the global players, this is a very small percentage. But because the first ever Go Fest kind of got ruined with server issues, they rewarded people with a Lugia in their account, and I still have mine, bro. How epic is this? This is a Niantic transferred Lugia in my account from 2017. IVs on it were all given out at random. I got a 3-star. I love that. I might end up 50 maxing this one day or just keep it as is, but this is a vintage prize compensatory Lugia. If you have this, let me know in the comments. That means you guys were at the Chicago Go Fest. That is just some awesome stuff right there, but this is history right here, and I got history. Love that. Now let's get to another category of super rare Pokemon. I have a 100% IV Shadow Pokemon, which I feel like is so hard to get. I don't know about you guys. I do Shadow Pokemon battles like 10 times a day, and I only have a handful of these, but this is my first one ever. It's a Shadow Tangrowth. I worked super hard. This was really expensive to 50 max, but I made it happen. It's hard to get candies for it. It was hard to 50 max it because it cost like, I think 500,000 Stardust or something like that. Absolutely crazy, but one of the coolest Pokemon I have. I love Shadow Hundos. I think they're epic. They're not easy to get because the IVs are just super random, and this happens to be pretty gosh darn useful, so I'm happy. But that is nowhere near the best Shadow Hundo that I have, because if you guys remember, in 2022, on a random day, I was just claiming a Shadow Legendary, and I ended up getting something I never would have imagined. A Shadow 100% IV Legendary Latias. What an epic moment. I had no idea what the Hundo was. I was not expecting that. As you could see, I spit the drink out of my mouth because I was not even prepared to speak. I didn't know how to react. And here it is, 100% IV Shadow Latias, man. Incredible Pokemon. I love this encounter. I remember the exact day, the exact feeling. I was on cloud 9. Unfortunately, it's not the most useful thing ever, and you can't Mega Evolve it or anything, but it's still absolutely epic, bro. I mean, I'm still very proud of this. I 50 maxed it, I best buddied it, I double moved it, I did it all, and it's a Shadow Hundo Legendary. Does it really get much crazier than that? Yeah, I guess so, but not by much. But that's it for me. Only 2 Shadow Hundos in my entire collection. I could do better, but I am very down for this. So we're about to get into all of the Hundos that I own, but let's go category by category, and let's first take a look at the Hundo Legendaries that I own, because I got a lot of them. In Pokédex order, we have 3 100% IV Articunos, obviously the Shundo, which you saw earlier, and then the back-to-back, which was this one right here. It was this Hundo and then a Shundo, so again, crazy. We have a 100% IV Zapdos, which I have lost one before, and that was a sad moment, but a little bit of redemption here. I got this out of a research breakthrough, by the way. It says unknown right there because they don't do it anymore, but this is what an amazing catch. I remember this. 3 Hundo Moltres. I don't know how, I don't know why, but 3 Hundos of the same legendary bird twice. 3 Articuno, 1 Zapdos, and 3 Moltres is amazing. Then of course, we have one of my favorite catches in Pokemon Go. One of my best Pokemon, literally top 5, 100% IV Shadow Mewtwo, or sorry, regular Mewtwo, not Shadow. This guy's incredible. It was an immediate 50 max. I worked super hard to get this, did hundreds of raids and trades. Finally, after some years, got it, and there's literally nothing better than a Mewtwo, so how about it? Then we have 2 Hundo Entei, which I'm very proud of, very happy about those guys. We have 100% IV Lugia, heck yeah. We got a 100% IV Ho-Oh, which you guys might remember I worked super hard for as well. This was such a nice moment for your boy. We have the Hundo Latias, the Shadow, a regular Hundo Latias, which is pretty cool. We already talked about the Shundo. I have another Hundo Kyogre. I have a Hundo Groudon. I have a Hundo Rayquaza. These are all 50 max, by the way. Most of these are 50 max at best buddied. 2 Hundo Rayquazas, by the way. We have a Hundo Palkia from Ninja. Shout out to my boy Ninja for sending me this raid. I worked so hard to get this, and I got it on stream. Great moment. I love me some Palkia. We got 2 Hundo Heatrans for some reason. I'm down. Hundo Jtgily'S, which as you guys saw earlier, is the #1 Pokemon in my entire account, CP-wise. 4913. This guy is the definition of a beast, so pretty happy I have this. Got 100% Giratina. Who doesn't love Giratina? This is such a good catch. We got 100% IV Cobalion, because why the heck not? We have the Hundo Zekroms, bro. If you guys been watching me, you guys know Zekrom and I have quite the history. So I have 1, 2, 3 Hundo Zekroms in my entire life, which is absolutely bananas. They're all 50 max. They're all incredible. I use them like every single day. They're so good. But I've also lost 2 100% 100% of Zekrom. So I should have 5 of them, and I only have 3. I'm appreciative of 3, but I lost 2 100% of Zekroms. I believe I lost 2 of them, right? I know I lost 1 for sure. I want to say I lost 2, which is very sad. Crazy history with that guy. We have the Hundo Yveltal. This was a beautiful moment. Got it in GoFest Japan last year. You guys know, I did a couple hundred of these raids trying to get the Hundo. I love Yveltal. Never got it. I guess I gave up, and then it came back to Pokemon Go for GoFest, and I was doing a raid, had no idea that I had the Hundo in my hand, caught it, and in the moment realized it was a Hundo. What a special moment. Was 50 maxed immediately, and I'll never forget it. And then we have 100% of Tapu Fini, which is cool. I think it's, yeah, Tapu Fini. Oh, the Zamazentas, dude. 2 days apart. 2 Hundo Zamazentas in Pokemon Worlds in London 2 years ago. Also a beautiful moment. Such a random Hundo to get twice within 2 days. I couldn't even react. I couldn't even get enough candy to 50 max the other one, but I love Zamazenta. I think it's an epic Pokemon, and the fact that I got 2 of the Hundos is pretty amazing. But that's what I got. 32 Hundo legendaries in my account. Not bad, not bad. I'm happy. And if we take a look at Hundo Mythicals, I just have 1, and it is my Shundo Genesect, which we talked about already, but gotta do better in this department for sure. And now let's take a look at my Hundo and Lucky Pokemon, which we have 15 of. Some of these you've seen already, but we have some really epic ones in here. We have this Charizard, which of course, we already know 50 max, best buddy, mega max, all that good stuff. We're not gonna talk about that. We have 100% of your Rattata. We got a Victory Bell. We're not gonna go through every single one of them. But we have some really cool ones. Vaporeon, Heracross, Sceptile, Exploud, which we got recently in the video. Got this out of my recent 100 trade video. If you guys haven't seen that, check it out. Got a Seviper, a Salamence. Hello. This was on a community day. Epic moment if you guys remember. We got 100% of you Metagross. Come on, that's beautiful. We got the Shundo, of course. We got a Mailcombi, but then a 100% IV Garchomp, Lucky, and then a Rhyperior. So a pretty epic collection there. As you can see, if we sort it by the top, we got some big dogs up there. Most of these are maxed out, and a lot of these, if not all of these, are appreciated. And last thing on Hundos before I show off my entire Hundo collection, because there's a lot of them, is the Hundo costumes. I have 17 Hundo costume Pokemon. These are particularly rare because, as you guys know, costume Pokemon are pretty exclusive to a couple days out of the year. Sometimes they come back, sometimes they never do. And I got a lot of epic ones in here. What are some of my favorites here? The costume Pikachu is pretty awesome. I have a lot of Hundo costume Pikachus. The bowler hat Shinx is very, very cool. The Charizard with the party hat, man. I wanted this shiny really bad. Ended up running into the Hundo. And of course, we have to appreciate this bad boy. God, I love this Pokemon. So cool. Hundo costume glasses Absol is awesome. I feel like you guys really enjoyed that one right there. We got a Noctowl with the hat. Very cool. Ooh, bro. The world's Pikachu from London. I got the Hundo and a couple shinies. This is some top tier stuff. Very exclusive. Caught that in London at Worlds. And then some other bangers in here too. But 17 costume Hundos. I love it. And now it's time for all the Hundos. So we have 291 Hundos in the collection. Not bad. I'm not mad at that. 2 Venusaur. Way too many Charizard family Pokemon right there. Not enough to be honest, but really proud of all that right there. 3 Squirtle family Pokemon. Butterfree, Pidgeot. Good amount of Pikachu fam right there. A lot of Nidorans, some Vulpix. We have a lot of Hundos of a lot of Pokemon. A good amount of duplicates too for some really good ones like Machamp. We appreciate that. We love that. So useful. A couple lucky Hundos in here. Some purified Hundos for sure, but a lot of Hundos. 2 Gyarados right there. Jolteon. Some Shundos you're going to see in here, of course. Legendaries galore. One of my favorite Hundos of all time right there. A lot of starters in here. Costumes. Epic Pokemon from all these different gens. Oh, how did I not remember this? An exclamation point. 100% IV unknown. Got this in GoFest Japan last year as well. That's an incredible catch. You want to talk about exclusive. How's that for exclusive, bro? That's a great Hundo in my collection. That's a top 15 Pokemon, I think, that I own in terms of rarity. We got some really, really cool stuff in here. Some legendaries again. 3 Tyranitar, because why the heck not? 3 Sceptiles, Swampert, Shiftry. We got this joke of a Pokemon right there. We got a bunch of families completed. 4 Pokemon in the Swablu family. 3 Absols. I didn't even know I had that. So many Sweel. Here's the legendaries coming in. Here's all the epic Pokemon. Oh my gosh. It's just really a sight to see looking at all these Hundos. Shadows, Purified. There's just such a crazy array. We got a Haxorus in here. How we doing, buddy? We got a Golurk in here. We love that for us. We have one of the hardest Hundos I ever worked for. Hydreigon. Gotta appreciate that bad boy. Hatched a lot of Hundos in here as well. We got Aurora. We hatched a Noivern. We Go Plus this Trevenant. hello. That's an epic moment. You love to see it, bro. 291 total in CP order. You got a lot of the top dogs up here, and we love that for us, bro. So many 50 maxed hundos, so many memories, so many moments. I love these guys. So now that we looked at all the hundos, how about something that's rarer than a hundo? A zero. These are 0% IV Pokemon, which if you guys don't know, are rarer than hundos because there are so many ways to get hundos in this game. Lucky trades, research, hatches, raids, but there's not a lot of ways to get zeros just in the wild. It's absolutely random and it's not easy. And I have 31 of them all time. I'm sure I've transferred a lot of them, which is sad to hear, but 31 nundos is what we call them. And I got some pretty epic ones. Nothing too crazy, but I have a Nundo Charizard, which I love. I just got this recently. 50 maxed it because why the heck not? It's the only Nundo I'll ever 50 max. What else is in here? We got a Gyarados, which is awesome. Dratini is awesome. Unknown is awesome. Got a Torterra. We got a Shinx. As you can see here, what's what the IVs look like, by the way? It's absolutely nothing. There's just nothing in the IV pool. It just didn't load in. We got a Greninja. How about a Greninja Nundo? That's a cool one. I've always wanted that, I guess. But yeah, man, a lot of Nundos. Unfortunately, no shiny Nundos, no Shundos, as people call them. Maybe one day, I don't know. But that is a pretty cool collection of Pokemon that are not going to see a lot of Stardust ever, really, outside of Charizard, because that's my guy, and I think that's super epic. But here are my Nundos. None of these are costumes, are they? Oh, I do have. Oh, yeah, I just got this recently. This is a Nundo costume. How about that for rare, bro? Nundo costume is already going to be rare because it's a costume Pokemon. It's exclusive. And to get a Nundo version of it is crazy. Nundo Jolteon. Heck yeah. Very cool. I knew I had something there. Now let's get to one of my favorite category of Pokemon, Shiny Shadows. And I got 32 of them here. Starting in chronological order, we got Shiny Shadow Venusaur. Love that. Oh, I also got this from a Team Rocket Grunt on the first day that Grunt Shinies were a thing. So that's awesome. Very cool Shiny Shadow. Proud of this guy. Shiny Shadow Charmander. Arguably one of my favorite catches of all time. Just an epic moment. Such a cool guy. As soon as it came out, I knew I had to go off and get one. So I did. I actually got 2 of them, which we evolved one of them. Very, very epic moment. We appreciate those times. Need more of them in the collection though, to be honest. Here's my first ever Shiny Shadow. This is a Shiny Shadow Ekans, or it was. I got it from Team Rocket. Was it Jesse or James? I don't know. One of them had an Ekans, and the first ever Shiny Shadow was mine, man. And we got an Ekans. It's a really good IV one too. Lovely gold and purple Shiny Shadow. Heck yeah. We got a Nidoqueen. This was an awesome grab right there. We have a Nidoran, another awesome grab. We got 2 of those. Oh my gosh. I always love looking at this. The Shiny Shadow Nidoking, the colors on it are perfect. Shiny Shadow Venomoth, also got some beautiful colors on that. Shiny Shadow Machop and Machamp. How about that for colors? And some very, very useful stuff right there. A recent Shiny Shadow Victory Bell, which is a 2-star, very good IV one right there. It was almost a Shundo. I thought about it, but wasn't quite there. We got a Magnemite, actually a couple of those. We'll see another one later. Scyther, another Scyther. Amistar, Aerodactyl. We just got this like 2 weeks ago. Shiny Shadow Dragonite, beautiful. Spent a lot of money trying to get this. I'm glad I got it. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Let's cut the video off here. Ladies and gents, Shiny Shadow Mewtwo, 96%. I am waiting for an excuse to make this a Shundo. Somebody make me make this a Shundo already, because I've been waiting to make it happen, bro. This is unquestionably, technically, probably the best Pokemon in my account. I don't think there's really any debate there. There's definitely some opinion, but statistically, it doesn't really get much better than this. What an epic moment. I almost cried when this happened. I almost gave up. And the fact that I got this is incredible. Shiny Shadow, 96%. Could be a Shundo Mewtwo. Man, oh man. Love this guy. We got a Scizor. I got a couple of those Scyther, to be honest. Speaking of a couple, I got a couple Teddiursa, got an Ursaring. Ooh, the Tyranitar we got a few months ago. Shadow Shiny Tyranitar, 3-star as well. We got ourselves, the Shiny Shadow Ho-Oh just a few weeks ago with the raid weekend. How lucky was I to get that on raid number 2, I think, man? That was a great moment. Probably the coolest looking Shiny Shadow in the game. I don't even think there's one better. Glad I snagged that. We got a Shiftry, which was awesome. Ooh, how about this? An extra small Shiny Shadow Sableye. This is super rare. Very, 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 very uncommon to get an extra small Shadow. We got a Mawile right there, a Sharpedo, a Salamence. I remember working hard for this guy. We got a Honchkrow, another Magnezone, Glysaur, Ursaluna, so that's another one in that family. And that's it. 32 Shiny Shadows. Some truly epic ones in there. As you can see, we have that almost Shundo. We have ones that we worked very, very hard for, and then some really, really epic ones overall. 32 Shiny Shadows. I love them, but I want more. Not sure how much people really care about this, but I'm just gonna show off my Shiny Luckies really quick. quick. I have a lot of, oh, you know what? I do have some pretty epic ones in here. Some costume ones are really pretty dope, but wow, I have a lot of shiny lucky costumes, which is awesome. But these are all just from shiny trades I've done, special trades, lucky trades, me going for hundos. I'm sure some of you guys want to see this. This is actually a pretty epic one. A lot of shiny luckies in here, some of which are paying off. You know, we got the shundo in there, but as you can see, these are a lot of my attempts on getting these shundos from lucky trades and whatnot, and a lot of failures in here, to be honest. A lot of bad memories, actually, when you think about it, but I mean, an absolutely epic looking collection. These are all very, very awesome Pokemon. I'm not upset about any of these. They could have been better for sure, but I'm proud of them. I'm proud of them. Now let's look at my costume shinies. Again, not going to do much of a deep dive, just kind of an overview here. With some of my favorites is this guy. We have the Truth, a 98% IV shiny costume Halloween Charmander. If this was a shundo, I would have never played again. I would have never played again because it doesn't get much better than that, bro. They gotta let me evolve this one day, by the way. If I can keep that hat on a Charizard, that's it. That's the cream of the crop, bro. Love that guy. We do have a party hat one, actually 2 of them, which was lucky right there. Got some costumes in here everywhere, actually. Some of my favorites are these Pikachus, the Charizard, the Umbreon, the Lucario. I still need that Rayquaza one. If you guys got one out there, give it to me. What else do we have in here? We have the glitched one, of course, which we talked about. So many Pikachus, by the way. Obviously, they dropped too many of them. We have the Worlds one, which again I mentioned is stupid rare, so we love that. We appreciate that. Got a Gengar, Chansey, Lapras with the scarf bow thing. Got some Aerodactyls. Got some Cowboy Snorlaxes, Glasses, Dragonite. People forgot about that guy. Pichu's, Curlia, Delibird. We traded for that Sableye at GoFest. We have the Dia de Muertos Duskull, which we evolved. Probably shouldn't have evolved it, but whatever. I clutched this one, by the way. And then we have some Shinx with the costume, a Beartic, couple of them actually. Yeah, very solid shiny costume collection, honestly. When I sit back and look at it, I don't really look at it much, but 88 shiny costumes in my count. Some truly epic ones in here, a lot of which were traded to me, so thank you to everybody. Couldn't have done it without you, but love these guys. And now my biggest reveal of all time. How many shinies does Jtgily's have in Pokemon Go? Almost 3,000. 2810 to be exact, as you can see right here. I have transferred many of them. I have traded away many of them without getting some in return, so, you know, give or take a couple hundred. I'm a generous guy sometimes, but 2,800, about 3,000 shinies in my account is pretty gosh darn crazy. I know people have way more than me. That's fine. I'm proud of this. I'm proud of what I have. This is not a self-proclaimed title or anything like that, but some people deemed me as like the most lucky player in Pokemon Go's history. I don't know if that's true. I don't really know if you can equate that, but maybe in terms of like documenting it, probably, maybe, potentially. I do have some pretty insane luck, some of which is deserved, some of which is maybe not deserved, but I don't know how sometimes. I just get really lucky. I'm not mad at that title. I'll take the luckiest Pokemon Go player out there, because sure, why not? Not sure how true it is, but to each their own, whatever. Again, shiny Pokemon, got 3,000 of them. I am not going to click on any of these because you guys have seen anything you would want to see, but I will scroll through it. Do not talk to me about how many Charizards I have. We're not going to talk about that right now. Got a lot of Squirtles, a lot of Gen 1s. Obviously, there's a ton of shinies from the earlier generation, and then it's going to get a lot less. There's going to be a lot less duplicates as we get to the later gens, but some truly epic stuff in here. This is the first time I'm ever showing off my entire shiny collection, or maybe the second time ever, but I do never do this. I really don't, just because it's so much to go through and it's really overwhelming, but I know you guys are curious. I know you guys want to see it. This is everything you would ever want to see from me. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you guys are enjoying this video, by the way, if you guys could leave a like, I'd appreciate that. And also check out the adventures and the moments that we had from all of these epic encounters, because clearly there was way too many of them, but go ahead and binge all the videos, enjoy it all, because there is 8 years worth of videos of shinies and hundos and luckies and moments and trades, and it's endless stuff for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead. I find myself binging some old adventures and old clips because they're just beautiful times that I love to relive and see myself out there catching some epic stuff. I remember the feelings that I had, the friends I was with, the memories that were made. This game has truly changed my life, of course, but it's just an epic game. Check out all the unknowns here, by the way. We love those. We got to appreciate that for a second. This game has created some epic moments for me. I can't believe this happened. You know, playing Pokemon Go to turn into all this is some really special stuff right there, man. But just checking at all these Pokemon. Obviously, they're Pokemon. They're cool. They're valuable. But the memories, the stories behind them is really what makes things special. And here are all of the shinies that I have. 2,800 of them. Again, we've lost a couple hundred for sure. And, you know, whatever. But it's fine. We appreciate the ones we still have. Hopefully, the people that I gave away shinies to enjoyed them. We've given away Shundos before. Twice, actually, at least. So I've been doing my part. I've been a pretty charitable guy, pretty generous guy. Hopefully, we can get more Shundos in our near future. Let me know in the comments, of course, how your guys' Pokemon collection compares. How many shinies do you have? How many hundos do you have? How many hundo costumes? All that kind of good stuff. Flex away in the comments, or just let us know. I know a lot of us started at different different times. Some of you guys are playing for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 8 years. So we all have different experiences. We all have different play styles. We play in different ways. Don't be shy. If you've been playing for a year, say it. I don't care if you got 80 shinies or 25. Be proud of it because we all start somewhere. I was at 20 shinies at one point in my life. I was at 10 shinies. I was at no shinies. I had no shundos. So we've all been there. We've all been there. I just played this game absolutely way too much. So I do have a pretty wild collection, if I do say so myself. But here we are in the last quarter, the last period of shinies in the collection. Oh, the wild shiny. Oh yeah, I'll show off some wild shinies actually in a second here, but these are all the shinies I have. This is a lot to scroll through, bro. 3,000 Pokemon. Just scrolling. Keep scrolling. This is a lot. This is honestly too much. I feel like I should go a little bit quicker, but for those of you guys that are looking for a certain Pokemon or you guys care about a certain thing, you guys can pause this video whenever and take a look. Because we're going to be doing this probably once a year at the beginning of every year, I will take my time with this and just let it happen because I will not be doing this again this year. I will not be doing that. That is way too much. Now, I will be showing off my Pokédexes in a little bit if you guys care to see that, because I know that's a little bit of a different conversation. That is more about like filling your Pokédex and if you have every single Pokemon individually, you know, shinies, hundos, etc. So we'll do that video at some point. Let me know if you guys want to see that, but this is just the entire collection as a whole, everything unedited, uncharted, unfiltered. I don't even know if those words work there, but I'm just going to say them anyways. We are scrolling through 3,000. All right, so this is where the cool cool shinies come in, because now we're getting away from the old duplicates, and these are all very, very new generation, new releases, new debut shinies down here. A lot of really rare ones from like raid days and events. And there we go. That was 3,000 shinies. That was a lot to go through, but real quick, here are my wild shinies. This is the wild shiny Charizard, bro. What a moment this was. If you guys remember this, wild shiny Zard. I chased it down. It ended up being a shiny. I was yelling my butt off. I could not believe this. Love this guy. We have wild shiny Ampharos. This was a great clip live on an adventure. That was awesome. We have a wild shiny Lopunny. This was also live on an adventure. That was awesome. Wild shiny Lucario. We caught this at GoFest Japan last year. Actually, 2 of them. So wow, all of these have been live on camera. I guess the Charizard was not expected, but the other ones, I mean, none of them were expected, but the other ones were in an adventure. The Charizard was just a random day. Wow, love these guys. Super hard to find wild shinies like this at this level. Last couple things I want to show off here. No deep dives, but here are my best buddies in Pokemon Go. I got 65 of them. I'm pretty good at working on best buddies. Not the greatest. I only really do hundos, to be honest. The only weird one in here is just Darkrai for some reason that I did. Got a lot of best buddies. Most of them are 50 max. I think actually every single one of them are close to 50 max. So really proud of these guys. These are my elite Pokemon, I would say. This is in a different class. If you are a best buddy of mine, it means something special to me. So shout out to the best buddies. And really quickly, I'm going to show this off because I know you guys want to see it. Here's my Charizard / Charmander collection. I have every version of any kind of thing you could have. The rest of this is Charizard, by the way. I'm going to keep scrolling without even looking down. These are all Charizards that have been traded to me by you guys, evolved, caught, hatched, whatever the heck. In any way you can get a Charizard, it's all right here. I've never transferred, well, I've sure transferred 1 or 2, but I don't transfer Charizards. If you've ever traded me one, I still have it. I just keep them. I love Charizards, my favorite Pokemon of all time, and gosh darn it, I have so many of them. This is definitely causing storage issues, but I got them. Oh, by the way, I have like clone Charizards, and I have like really, really rare costume versions of all these Pokemon. But yeah, man, I have, what is that? Was that like 6? That's 6 Hundo Charizards, a Nundo, a Wild ones, costume ones, costume shinies, costume shiny Luckies, my first one ever, 2016 ones. I got it all. And speaking of all, that is all. Hope you guys enjoyed my entire Pokemon Go collection. I've never done a video like this before. I hope you guys enjoyed. That was a lot. Hopefully some of you guys are inspired by this video to go out and get more and do more and be better. Because hey, again, we all start somewhere. I can be better. There's people out there with crazier collections than me. So, you know, I still want to be better every day. Hopefully you guys are inspired. Again, go back and check out these moments because they were awesome, man. I really do appreciate those moments that I had. And I can't wait to make many more. We have some epic stuff coming up this year. So hopefully there's more. I will do another video like this next year, so we'll see where we're at then. But that was Jtgily'S entire Pokemon Go collection.